Hi, my name is Lynette, and we're going to be working with Canva and tables. So I was in a meeting. I was in a group of people, and we were looking at how one of them had a graphic, and then they had to make sure that all of these uh, things were lined up. So if I created my title, Canva, oops, um, what she did was what this person did was they made that and then they would line it up. But notice that this is a graphic. This means that this is a picture of a table. You can't move. If you notice, you can't. Ooh, I need to share my screen. So this is the graphic. The graphic is a table. When it says here on the side, it says graphics, that means that this is a picture. So this is a picture of a table, but not obviously, but the table is not movable, right? I can't adjust the columns or the rows. It's just a table. And then there's a picture of a table. Anyways, what we need to do is we need to go to the header that says tables on the left. It says here tables. When I click on it, I'm actually able to, if I move this down a little bit, I'm able to adjust the height of all of the cells. This row, I can adjust it, right? If I want to make the table bigger, I can adjust the table size. If I want to make the column wider or smaller or more narrow or wider, I could do that. In a graphic of a table, you can't do that. It's all just there. So that's the reason why if it's a table, use a table. So if I had like a list of things and need to put a table, then use the actual table element, and then you can change the color of the cell. So we could change the color. Go to here. What I did is I selected this cell. I selected the cell. I went to and changed the color. So now I can change the color to all of my cells. Whereas in this graphic, I am unable to change it. Why would I want to change it? To highlight a header, right? You can even change the transparency. So it's a little bit, it's still there, but it's not there. You know what I mean? So that is a little bit about the table. What else about this table? Well, here, if you look, to select the whole table, I usually go to the corner and I select one of these circles on the corners, and that will help me select the whole thing. Now you'll notice that when I hover over a column, you will see that there's these three dots. Click on the three dots and you will be able to size the rows equally. So now all of these rows are of equal height. If you want to do the same thing with the columns, you got to go to the left side with the three dots. And here it says size columns equally. See? So now it's all equal. And that is a little bit about the table. What else? Oh, you can also change the cell spacing. What is a cell spacing? Well, this cell in the table is called a cell. In the cell, there is a space around it. Right now the cell spacing is 13. So if I was to add, let's see, if I was to add my title, not this, sorry, if I was to add my title, oh, I'm just going to type it in, right? But I want to make it bigger. So I can let's make it 56. So notice that it looks kind of um, big, but I want it to hug a little bit. So I need to change the cell spacing. See how that worked? This is where the cell spacing is bigger. So there's spaces between the corners, not the corners, the border of the cell becomes um, bigger. So let's change the cell spacing again. Let me make it to 0, and then and notice that it changed. So now I can go all the way to the end. That is a little bit about cell spacing. You can add in the border. So if I wanted to do a border, I can go to here and would select the outer border. I'm going to I'll make it, let's make it pink. Let's make it pink. Let's see what it looks like. And then it will be this. You could change the size of the border. See how I changed the size? So now it looks like this. Oh, because the table itself is transparency of 100, I would have to make it bigger. So I'm going to remove the table graphics and I'm going to move this up so we can play with this a little bit more. So that is the cell spacing. That is the cell border. So if I want to do all of it, I would have to select. If I want to change the border for the whole table, all I would have to do is select the whole table itself and then see how it shows the different colors. That means the cells have different colors. So this is purple, and then these cells are transparent. But I want to do what I'm working on is the borders. So I can select the border. Notice that it says half black and half pink. Well, remember, this is pink, and then the outside is black. I can go outside and I can make it dotted. Font weight would be, I don't know, font weight would be, let's make it 20 or 10. Let's make it 10. So I changed the size of the border on the outside. If I wanted to, I'm selecting it again. If I wanted the inside and I want to change it, I'll go the inner borders. That means the borders on the inside of the table here. I'm going to make it, I'll make it 5. And I'm going to make it this dotted. See? So notice that the spacing on the inside is different. It's not spacing. That the borders on the inside is a smaller border than the outside, and it's also different. So play around with it. I mean, there's a lot you can do with tables and borders. So here is if you wanted to just go the inner side, the inside. So clear. Let's clear all our borders. Can we do that? I don't know how to do that. Let's see. So we do that, and then we do this, and then we do 1. And that's how I cleared it. I'll keep the background. Okay, yeah. So what's the next one? I'm going to select it all, but instead of I wanted just the insides, let's do the top. This is only the top, and I want to change the top to make it 9, and then I'll make it blue. And that's just the top border. I could do it again and do the insides. So I select the insides, I'll make it yellow. And then I will make the size big. We'll do 10. So notice that it is only the inside of the table. This is the bottom. So let's do the bottom. So I'm going to select the bottom. I'm going to change it to red. I'm going to make it really thick so we could see it. It's just because we could see it. So then what's next? Well, when we select the table, we can go the vertical part, right? We can do left side, right? The left border of the table. I'll make this one black and I'll make it big. See how it makes it big? Let's see. Let's do another one. Let's do the right side, right? The opposite of left would be right. And we can change that to, we'll make it black, but we'll make the border weight to 10. And now we have the insides. So the insides, I want to change the color to, let's see, green. Let's do green. And then I'm going to make it dotted so we could see it. And then I'll make the border weight big. And there we go. So that's a little bit about the table. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, one more thing. What you could also do is, I'm going to delete my table. Let's delete it. What you could also do if you can use Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheet, Excel sheet. Excel, Excel, or Google Sheets. I created a table and I made it the size that I want. But if you notice that when I copy this, I'm going to Control C, copy, and then I'm going to paste it here. Canva is smart enough to know to keep it in a table, and it's still the same table element. See how I can make it bigger? Oh, this is a great example. So the text is really small. I want to change the text to, I don't know, let's say 30. Okay, maybe that's too big. I'll do 25. Okay, 25 is good. And then it's the same thing. You can change the uh, um, justification. I'm going to make this centered. I'm going to actually make the whole thing centered. So I go here and no, yeah, there we go. Everything is centered. So, and then I'm going to make the outside bigger. Let's see, we'll do it like that. And then and then we're done. But you could do the same thing and it's kind of cool. But you have to modify the table in Canva in order to make it better. Now look, if you notice that it's not centered on my page and I want to center it. So what I'll do is I'll select the table, go to position, and here it says arrange. I want to make it centered and put it in the middle. I think that's about it. Oh, let's see. If I select it and I look at my table spacing is 2, which is good. Table spacing is not bad. See, when I expand the table spacing, it starts to getting a little weird. That's because it's accounting for the space but inside the cell. Just to reiterate. So if I want to make it small and have it all compact, then I make it that way. All right. That's a little bit about Canva and table. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer you as soon as I can. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.